Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I am here to talk about the main event, Max Holloway versus the Korean Zombie. Max Holloway is the man, or the man behind the man, or whatever, but he's still number two, clearly at middleweight, fucking featherweight, and he's taken on all comers. The next big thing, like 100 times, and every one of those fights looks the same. Max Holloway is 24-7 overall, 31 years old, and he's got 4 inches of height, but he's giving up 3 inches of reach to 36-year-old zombie Chan Sung-jung, who is 17-7 as a pro. Let's look to their losses. Zombie's got 7, 4 via TKO. Jose Aldo got him out of there in round 3. That was a shoulder injury, UFC 163. It was supposed to be Aldo versus Pettis in a super fight, and then fork in the road. Yair Rodriguez, round 5. That was with 1 second left. The famous elbow on the 25th anniversary of the UFC. Fucking phenomenal finish. One of the best ever. And yeah, sucks. Because he was winning that fight, the zombie. He was 1 second away from having a decision victory over Yair Rodriguez. 1 fucking second. And then he ran in, rushed in, and boom. George Roop got him out of there early, head kicked him. That was in the WEC, one of the last WEC events. And that was after his first war with Leonard Garcia, which is one of his decision losses. Fucking awful decision. Which he avenged with a twister. The second twister in UFC history, by the way. Oh no, the first twister in UFC history. That was number 1. He's definitely... And also Volkanovski knocked him out, round 4. I should have mentioned that. That was his last fight. Yeah, I saw that one. That was just not a good look. I mean, Volkanovski, it's not like he steamrolled him, but he did dominate him, and yeah, it was just too much in the end. And then his decision losses, he lost to Leonard Garcia, Masanori Kanehara, and Brian Ortega, 5-round decision 2 years ago, whatever. In which, that was the last result I expected. I thought Zombie would win the points battle and Ortega would be more dangerous in moments. But Ortega was just leading the dance for all 5 rounds there. Of course, Zombie's got a lot of impressive victories. Most of them are TKOs. Frankie Edgar, Moicano, Dennis Bermudez. He submitted Dustin Poirier way back when. His most recent win comes in a close fight over Dan Ige. Zombie still showed he can fight hard for 5 rounds, and that was a competitive fight, even if he clearly won it. But here against Max Holloway, it's just he's up against it here. I don't think he's got what it takes. I think his best chance is knocking Max Holloway out, and that hasn't been done. Max has 7 losses, 0 by TKO, 1 by submission, Dustin Poirier in one of his first fights in the UFC, the arm triangle, or the triangle armbar. And then 6 decisions. Volkanovski 3 times, Poirier, Connor, and Bermudez. Just Max has such a good resume. And he hasn't ever really been hurt on the feet, aside from the Dustin Poirier rematch. But he still wasn't dropped. The cage kind of kept him up. And the rest of the beating he just took and then gave it back. So Max, I don't know if one shot's going to do it, and I think that's what it would take here. But as far as the points battle goes, Korean Zombie, he's got longer reach than Max. Maybe he can just beat him to the punch for 25 minutes. But Max Holloway just has that volume. He will get in your face, bring that pressure, and he could force a firefight, which I think Max would win in anyway, even if he's not the most powerful guy, but also take over the points battle and just win on volume. We've seen that happen once or twice. All those newcomers that stepped up against Max, Calvin Kattar, Arnold Allen, Yair Rodriguez, even though that wasn't, Max found a lot of success with grappling that one. But on the feet, I think Max Holloway has most guys outgunned, and Zombie's no different. I think Max wins. As far as how, I feel like it could easily be a TKO here, just as well as a decision. It could be one of those TKOs like he had over Jose Aldo. Not saying he's going to end up getting in the full mount or whatever, but he cracked Jose Aldo, sat him on his ass in the 3rd round in those fights. And I think it could be one of those where Max Holloway just beats him down, slows him down enough to where he can crack him and sit him on his ass. So just Max Holloway is the pick. I don't have any inclination at all to bet one way or another for this one, aside from on Korean Zombie by whatever the fuck, something I don't believe in. But in general, I'm staying away from this. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit. Check out my other videos.